with the rest of chapter 1 of... Oh, this table makes my book up. The Matriarch by Knowles, okay? The rest of chapter 1, y'all. Let's get into it real quick. Thank you for tuning back in with me, okay? If you're new here, thank you. I pulled back a hand, ready for another of our knockdown, drag-out fights. Once a week, Ronnie and I would have to have at least one real fist fight. Always squaring off. But Johnny cut in. It was funny, Tina, said Johnny, his soft voice, trying to get me to see the humor. And maybe it was funny, I thought, but only because Johnny said so. I unclenched my fist to push my hair behind my ear. Then fate going left to do a twirl to the right around Ronnie. A half turn to stand next to Johnny. So close to him that my left foot almost stepped on his right one. Ronnie reached down to pick up a ball, pretending I hadn't just fooled him. We were going to play kickball in the lane. I think we should go to the beach, I said. No. Kickball, Ronnie said. But that's how it was with me and Ronnie. I would say the sky was blue, and he would say the sky is not blue. The sky would be anything but blue. I shrugged a no, and Ronnie got on his tiptoes. Tina, why do you have to try to be a boss? I'm not trying to be a boss, I said. I am the boss. Johnny laughed. Ronnie didn't. We'll decide on the way, Johnny said, and that meant we would end up going to do whatever he wanted to do. Because, really, Johnny was the boss, and we all knew it. Even at 9 years old, he ran everything. Now, he walked from the back steps into the house, stopping only to give a wiggle with the girls to the end of little bitty pretty one. Without a word, our whole crew, almost all my nieces and nephews, walked in, stepped with Johnny out the front door. Outside, we moved the single way children do, crisscrossing and meandering. Some of us marched backwards if we had to, just to keep a conversation, falling and laughing. I saw the buttercup flower again and stopped now to pick it. I breathed in the flower scent and resisted the urge to smear the yellow on someone's face or chin. Instead, I tucked it over Johnny's ear and we smiled at each other. Johnny's presence could calm me, and that careless heart that always led me into trouble before I really knew what I was doing, the heart that made adults call me bad. Bad as Tina B wasn't ever mean. I tended to be the victim of every wrong impulse I said yes to. I would literally play with fire, drawn to it because its unpredictable nature seemed to temporarily drown out mine. Seeing a small flame, beautiful as it glowed, made me feel calm. In houses like mine, you would have to light your stove with a match. When my dad was at work and my mom left with my older siblings, I would sometimes go in the kitchen and turn the gas on. Then wait a few seconds to put the match on until the fire would go whoosh. A fireball that disappeared as fast as it came. As pretty as anything I ever seen. One day I said to myself, oh, I'm going to get a big one. I let the gas go long. And then when I lit the match, the flame was so furious. The force of it sent me clear under the kitchen table in the middle of the floor. Knocked me out. I came as my brother Skip and Larry answered. She's dead, Larry said, as nonchalant as you please, because he knew I was fine. He probably saw me fluttering my eyes to peek at them, the way little kids do. I was mad he was so easy going by my death, but I kept my eyes closed because I needed all the sympathy I could get from getting in trouble. Yep, said Skip. What do we do with her? Just get her feet and let's go put her in the trash can, was Larry's answer. They picked me up and started carrying me, so I started screaming. No, I'm not dead. I had the nerve to be mad at them when my parents came home and the boys told on me. They were gonna throw me out. I yelled. Dad moved the matches, but even that seemed like a challenge to take on. Compared to Ronnie and I were together in this, we'll light the toilet paper on fire in the bathtub, watching it burn and turn like a snake. Ronnie made everything a test of my will. He will only have to say the words, "Bet you," and I'll be ready for whatever there. Bitch won't jump off that porch. I'll be Superman. Bitch, you can't beat me in a real fight. I'll be Miss Golden Gloves. Bitch, you won't start a fire. A cranky old neighbor had left his ready work boots out, and the dare was that I wouldn't light them on fire. I went and got those matches my daddy thought he hid, along with some paper to put in the boots to get a good fire going. We love the colors. Johnny challenged me in a different way, while Ronnie helped me find stunts to briefly release the energy. Johnny was a place where I could put all the energy into looking after someone, protecting him. Because as powerful as Johnny was in the family, with nothing happening without his stamp of approval, he could be instantly fragile in Galveston, which was the whole world. In a second, the place we loved could become a hard-ass little town. Johnny was obviously gay by the time he was 3, they say. And I had never known him to hide that light. Selena filled him with such love and had him so confident that he never hid who he was. But he would be called things, and adults, strangers, would sometimes eavesdrop on our conversations and grimace at his freedom. Or waves an airbrush at his loud, free laugh. They would shoot him a look, menacing and judgmental, and I would give it back magnified. Johnny would listen to my stories, my explanation for how I skinned my knee, or how I got sick trying to see if breathing underwater would turn me into a real mermaid. He'll shake his head. "Lucille Ball," he called me. Even that young Delu sung high as he laughed at my latest predicament. And Johnny, all that energy I had, all those big feelings, found the focus. It was my honor to be his protector, to give him the flower that tucked behind his ear. Now we all walk, loose-limbed and free. Our 2 houses always moved through Galveston as one family, 17 kids. If you see one, people will say all of us are already standing out because we were so well dressed, thanks to my mother and Selena Simpson's work. Sharp was the word people used to describe our tribe, and that was the standard for our family's culture. My mother braided all my dresses into masterpieces, and Selena kids all had beautiful clothes that were expertly maintained. If you messed with us, we would take you out, but the skirt would be iron. When you were on the ground, you could admire the perfect hem of my nephew's pants, with the crease like the edge of a penknife. Our fashion wasn't about what other people thought of us. However, it was our first understanding of art, a celebration of beauty, of detail, of design. We slowed down, as we always did, by the Stanfords, another family with 8 kids. Then those children would start to trickle out and join us. The beach? I suggested to Johnny, though I knew he would say no. Johnny didn't love the beach the way I did. "Let's go to your house," he said, which I also knew he would say. Us kids always gathered at my house because we had the yard we all thought was huge. My mother made sure that our yard was what everyone wanted to be. Anything to keep us in her sights and reach, as she always worried something would happen to us. Her secret weapon was S&H green stamps. These were a part of a rewards program in grocery stores where you received a certain amount of green postage, like stamps, with your purchase. You licked the back of them to place them in a Sperry and Hutch's stamp book, and when it was full, you would then be able to redeem the stamps towards the items in S&H catalog, the idea book. Most people would get household items, say a blender or a set of dishes. My mother held out for the big game, a ping pong table. Sex.